Hey, this is Steven Meinster. I loaded up 4 videos about the show on Saturday night at the Beacon Theater in Hot Tuna, and I literally got about 700 emails from people about my review. And there were so many different comments that some people say it was the best show since 1977. Some people agreed what I said about they're not doing that. You know, let's examine Hot Tuna. Let's examine them for a minute, you know. If you remember Hot Tuna, they were Jack, Yarma, and a drummer. 3-piece band. That's what Hot Tuna was. And for the last maybe 5-8 years, they're not a 3-piece band anymore. They're an 8-piece band, 5-piece band, 6-piece band, and they don't do the shows that they used to. It's a whole different ball game. And you know, a lot of people say it's because they're up in age and they can't do the kind of shows that they used to. Well, I gotta tell you people that it's a bunch of crock of shit. Okay? You can look at so many other guitarists and bands out there that are up in age that kick fucking ass when they play. Alright? It's what's in your heart. Okay? When you buy a ticket to see a show, you want to see the band that you buy the ticket for. Alright? And you grew up, you know, I grew up on watching Hot Tuna shows. I've seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I've seen Hot Tuna 5 nights in a row, and I've seen them do the same song 5 nights in a row, and every night the song was different. It wasn't written in stone. They jammed the shit out of it. And now it's like down to a science. They don't jam it. They just don't. And, you know, a lot of people say, well, Yarma's up in age, you know, when he can't do it. You know, if you can do a hit single #1 for 5 minutes, you can do it for 20 minutes and jam it out the way the song is supposed to be played. Same thing with Funky #7. You can jam it out the way they did it in the old days. And today they don't do it. They bring all of these people with them, and it's not Hot Tuna. I don't care what anybody says. I have to sell you like it is. The facts. Okay? When you buy a ticket to see a band, you want to see your band. You know, Hot Tuna has such a catalog of great songs that they just don't do anymore. And it's a shame. It really is a shame that they don't do their classic songs. It's always the same stuff for the last few years. When is Jack and Yarma gonna do a Hot Tuna concert that is Hot Tuna? Not Hot Tuna and Associates, not Hot Tuna and Friends. I mean, you got to get Bob Steeler back and Yarma and Jack, and you got to do a tour that you're gonna come out and you're gonna play the songs from your heart. I mean, that's what it's all about. I've seen so many bands, guitarists that are up there in age, and they kick the shit. Let's look at some facts. Papa John Creech, when he played with them, how old was he? And did he jam the shit out of that freaking fiddle? Yes, he did. Had nothing to do with his age. He played that fiddle because it was in his heart. He kicked the shit out of that freaking fucking violin, man. And Yarma is just not into jamming anymore. And Hot Tuna was a jamming band where they came out I mean, if you look at some of their old videos, you know, maybe it's because, you know, they don't do drugs anymore. Maybe that's the reason, you know. In the old days, everybody did drugs, you know, and you came out and you really got into it, and you freaking partied on stage and everything, and then maybe that's why they played 6-7 hour shows, and today it's a 2 hour show, 2.5 hour show. You know, I bet you, if you gave Yorma a 1 milligram Xanax or a Percocet or an oxycodone 20 milligram before the show, he would come out and kick the fucking shit out of that guitar. It's unfortunately that some players gotta medicate themselves to get themselves really into it. But you don't have to medicate yourself. You don't. Yorma, it's what you want to do. You know, I mean, Hot Tuna is a 3-piece band. At least that's what you were for years, and you're not anymore. Now you're a 6-piece band, 5-piece band. You know, I mean, Jack, you can tell, still wants to kick the shit out of the songs. He's all over the place. And when he's all over the place, you see a great smile on Yorma's face, but Yorma doesn't join Jack. You know, and I mean, G.E. Smith is great. You know, I mean, it's just a shame that you can't buy a Hot Tuna ticket and hear the classic catalog of great music that they did in the old days. You know, today it's just the same shit, time after time after time. You know, I mean, America's Choice. This album is to be played at full volume for maximum effect. Hell, that goes for all Hot Tuna music, man. It does. You know, the volume's got to be turned up. In the old days, the stage was so packed with speakers, you couldn't put another speaker. The speaker went from the floor to the ceiling. And if you watch some of the old videos, Yorma was so into it. I mean, you can see in his body movement and the way he kicked that fucking guitar, man. You know, and Jack was into it. And today, you know, and people say, oh, the Saturday's night show was the best show ever since 1977. Hell, you don't know what the fuck Hot Tuna is, then, man. You really don't. Because Saturday's night show was nothing like 1977. Nothing like it. You know, I mean, they are capable of doing classic Hot Tuna, and they just don't do it. They don't do songs anymore. I don't know what the reason is. They don't do them. You know, I mean, and it's a freaking shame, because I love Hot Tuna. The only way I can appreciate Hot Tuna today is by listening to their CDs. I spent $150 on CDs on Saturday night because I want to hear classic Hot Tuna. Yellow Fever is unbelievable. America's Choice is unbelievable. They did 2 songs. They did Funky Number 7, hit single number 1. That's all they ever do. That's it, you know. They don't do any of the other songs. They don't. And it's a shame, because the album is fantastic, man. That's their best album. I mean, Yellow Fever is just an awesome album, man. Hopperkoff is an awesome album. And they just don't do their catalog. You know, in the old days, they didn't need anybody, and today they don't need anybody. But they bring everybody. It's a shame that Hot Tuna doesn't do a tour and give us real Hot Tuna music. You know, I mean, I got so many. There was so many. I got like over 500 emails in the last day and a half about from people telling me you're right. Some people say, well, that's why I don't go to the shows anymore. And that's a shame. You know, the music they're doing today is great music. Don't get me wrong. The music is great. But it's not anything near Hot Tuna classic music. It's not. Yorma, Jack, a drummer, that's it. You turn up the freaking volume and you do the music you wrote. And it's been years since Yorma came out by himself before the show and played acoustic for a half hour. He hasn't done that in years. And it's a shame because he is an awesome guitar player. He really is. You know, I mean, you know, I don't think they want to, I don't think Yorma wants to do that music anymore. And it's a crime, you know, when you advertise Hot Tuna in concert, you don't get Hot Tuna. You don't get it. You get today's Hot Tuna, which is a whole totally different thing, a whole new ball game. You know, so many people told me that, you know, the only way you can get your great music is by watching the videos on YouTube and listening to their music. And, you know, you go to a Hot Tuna concert and Yorma's there, Jack's there, and their music is not there. And it's just a crying shame. It really is. I mean, Yorma, you need to take a vacation. You need to mellow out for a little while because you work so hard night after night after night. You know, you take a month off, a month and a half, 2 months, 3 months off, and then come back and do a tour and sell Hot Tuna ticket and give us Yorma, Jack, and Bob Steeler. Or if Bob Steeler you don't want to play with, you play with a different drummer. And give us our Hot Tuna music from the past. And I guarantee you, if you do this, you guys will feel great that you finally... And when you do it, the Stones cannot be written in stone. They gotta be jammed out. Like you're doing them for the first time. I mean, you opened up the show. The show started off fantastic with Jack playing bass, you know, and then you came out and joined them, and you guys did hit single #1, you know. I mean, you know, and then after that, you know, show just freaking went downhill in my opinion. I'm sorry. I didn't get my Hot Tuna music. You know, I buy a Hot Tuna ticket. I paid $600 for this freaking tickets, those 2 seats for the 12th row, and I was just totally disappointed because I want to hear my band, man. I want to hear Hot Tuna. I want to hear you guys play it. Remember when you were broadcast over WNEW 102.7 and you guys rocked? I mean, why don't you do Bright Eyes? What is the problem? Well, I mean, what is it, man? The song is awesome, and it's your song. You know, I love you guys. I will always love you guys. I will always respect you as musicians because when you and Jack play by yourself, something magical happens. I can't explain it, but when you and Jack are alone jamming, it is unreal. You don't need no one else. We need Hot Tuna. I mean, that was a spin-off from Jefferson Airplane, man. You and Jack, Yorma and Jack, you know, and you guys kick the fucking shit out of your music. I look at the old videos where Yorma sits down and picks up that acoustic guitar and he plays to 50,000 people and the guy in the back row says, this guy is unreal. And you don't do that anymore. You don't. And you are unreal, Yorma. You are. You know, you have to have your heart. Your age has nothing to do with it. You have to have the want to do it. and you don't have the want to do it,